The fallout from the fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven is still rambling on, my people, man. I'm seeing debate right, left, and center on the socials. Was it a bad stoppage from the referee? Did the referee stop the fight prematurely? That is the big question. That's the debates that people are having. And I've noticed something. The hardcore boxing fans are not really complaining about the stoppage. It's more coming from people, fans of the MMA community, kickboxing. They're really going in hard on boxing. I mean, the insults they're throwing out there, talking about boxing is not a real sport, boxing is corrupt, the fight was fixed, it was rigged. I mean, listen, man, the things I'm seeing out there, it's crazy. So I thought to myself, you know what, let me make a video. Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Is boxing corrupt? Like, was that fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven fixed? That's the questions that people are asking out there. People are now doubting boxing, man. They're doubting the results. They're questioning the integrity of the sport, the referees, everybody, the officials, the promoters, everybody involved in it. Boxing right now is in the mud. And it's all happening because of the inconsistency from the officials. Let's keep it real. These referees, a lot of them in boxing, from my observations, they're incompetent. A lot of them. They don't know what the hell they're doing in that ring most of the times. They don't even know the rules themselves. I mean, some of them, they need to go do more lessons, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real, because how can we get 2 weeks ago, Fabio Wardley getting battered from pillar to post for 7 rounds by Daniel Dubois, the fight never gets stopped. Then 2 weeks later, Rico Verhoeven, who's ahead, according to my scorecard and many people's scorecards, ringside, fans, watching on TV, online, whatever, everybody had Rico Verhoeven in front, gets knocked down once, and then he doesn't give him the opportunity to come back in the 12th round. It just doesn't make no sense. We've seen it in the past. Tyson Fury get battered from pillar to post. He was kept up by the ropes when he fought against Oleksandr Usyk. He was given plenty of time to recover. The fight was never stopped. He looked out on his feet. We've seen again in the past when Tyson Fury fought against Deontay Wilder in the first fight, in the 12th round. He was knocked out cold. Referee gave him plenty of time to recover. And he got back up and he was able to finish the fight. So why not do the same for Rico Verhoeven? I always thought to myself, you know what, if a fight is winning if a fight is winning the fight clearly, you have to give him every single opportunity to recover. Do you know what I mean? Because the fight is not like Rico Verhoeven was completely out of it. He wasn't. He has great powers of recovery. I'm not sure if the referee has watched some of the fights that Rico Verhoeven's been involved in kickboxing. I'm not sure. But the referee, he's going to have a lot of regrets, man. That's just my opinion. Like, he has robbed the boxing fans. He has robbed Usyk of the rightful glory, because Usyk, I believe, if Rico Verhoeven came back in the 12th round, I believe Oleksandr Usyk was going to finish him anyway. But we will never know now because the referee stole that moment from us. Rico Verhoeven, who put up a great performance, by the way, and I have to eat humble pie because I completely dismissed him before the fight. I gave him no chance at all to defeat the greatest heavyweight fighter of this era. I got that wrong, mate. He put up a hell of a performance, and he was winning on my scorecards. And I'm going to show you, I want to share my scorecards with you. There you go. I had Rico Verhoeven 4 points up. I gave him 7 rounds, and I gave Usyk 3 rounds, max. Some people had it closer. I saw the official scorecards, and I think they had a draw. 2 judges had a draw, and then 1 judge, I don't know, had it for Rico or whatever. So it looked like if the fight did go to a decision, most likely they were going to give it to Usyk, and this has people questioning boxing. Is boxing corrupt? Are the fights rigged? Are they fixed? And it's just put the sports into disrepute. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a bad image for sports overall. And the guys from the MMA community, kickboxing community, they're going in hard on boxing, man. They're questioning the integrity of the sport, and that is bad. there's a lot of inconsistency when it comes to officiating boxing fights. Do you know what I mean? And something has to change. It's not a good look. I'm just gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna speak from my own experiences because a lot of people are saying boxing is corrupt, it's fixed, it's rigged. Talking from my own experiences, and this is my own opinion. These are not facts. You know what I mean? I don't have evidence, like concrete evidence of corruption or anything like that. This is just from what I observe with my own eyes, right? And I go to small town hall shows. I go to amateur fights. I'm an amateur boxing coach. I go to pro fights, like white collar fights. I've been to all different type of fights, and I've noticed a lot of the time the home fighter, the guy who sells the most tickets, even at the lower level, even if they're getting battered, if the fight goes to a decision, for some reason the home fighter always wins, man. The guy that sells the most ticket, the guy with the biggest name, the guy with the biggest following, always gets the decision in boxing. And that's across all levels, and that's crazy and scary. I'm just talking from my own experience. Seriously, I've been to fights, a small town hall fights here, shows, and seriously, I'll be sitting there watching a fight, and the guy that sells the most ticket, the guy who's brought in the most fans to the show, is getting absolutely dominated by some Mexican guy who's traveled all the way from North America, yeah, spent 2 weeks here in the UK, he's getting paid peanuts. The guy works his ass off. In my eyes, beats the crap out of the home fighter, but at the end of it, when it goes to a decision, the judges give the win to the home fighter. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yo, this ain't right, man. This ain't right. This is you're taking a piss here. I'm just keeping it real. This ain't right. And I just want to say this, like, the corruption probably does exist in boxing. But let's not act like corruption is only unique to boxing. Corruption is in all walks of life, man, in all sports. Wherever there's big money involved, there's business dealings and there's just millions involved. There's gonna be corruption of some sort, of some level. There's always gonna be corruption. Let's not make it look like, oh, it's only boxing that has this problem. It's every sport has it. You know what I mean? Every business has it. That's just my opinion. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it 1,000. So let's not try and make it look like, oh, it's only boxing with a corruption problem. It's not. Or fights getting rigged, fights getting fixed. Like, let's not do this. You know what I mean? I love boxing. I'm passionate about boxing. So I feel like I also have to defend boxing. Not to the fullest. Yeah, I'll defend boxing for the good, for the positive sides. Like, the negative sides, I have to call it out for what it is, and I have to keep it real. Like, these referees, for me, have put the integrity of the sport on the line, because people are now questioning the legitimacy of the sport, the legitimacy of the decisions and the scorecards by the officials. That is not good. Boxing is on the up. Boxing is growing, is rising. There's more popularity for boxing around the world, yeah. And shout out to these promoters and the fighters as well, because they've been putting on the shows, they've been putting in the great fights, the performances to grow the sport globally. But when you get decisions like last night, Rico Verhoeven, who's come over from kickboxing, who was dominating the greatest heavyweight fighter of this era, and then shit like that happens, an early stoppage, it's just a bad look for boxing. I'm just keeping it real. Boxing, the officials, the organizers, promoters, the sanctioning bodies, everybody involved in boxing at the highest level really needs to get their house in order. We need to, like, I don't know, rewrite the rules or something like that. Make it clear. Let's have some consistency from the judges, from the referees, like from everybody. Let's take some accountability and address these issues, because if we don't, trust me, a lot of people will begin to turn away from boxing. And all the hard work that's been done in the last 10 years, do you know what I mean? It's going to go to waste. It's going to go to waste. Seriously, seriously, they need to look into these, especially the referees and the judges, because it's just not good enough. 1 week, you get a fighter getting battered, but they'll be allowed to continue to fight. The week after, a fighter will get knocked down once, get back up, and the referee will call it off. Like, it's not good enough. We need consistency. We need to know what are the rules, like, clearly. Like, do you know what I mean? A lot of people are confused. If the bell goes, can a fighter be saved? Can the referee stop the fight after the bell? Because Rico Verhoeven, the referee stopped the fight after the bell. So what's the rules in that? Can the referee stop the fight after the bell? Can he still count you after the bell? From the rules that I've read, yes, you can't be saved by the bell. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell. The bell is only there to notify the timekeeper that is the end of the action. That is it. You can no longer fight after the bell. A fighter cannot throw a punch after the bell. But if you get knocked down or if you're wobbly, you look shaky, the referee can still count you out. The referee can still stop the fight. Do you know what I mean? So the referee has the power to do so. A lot of people are a little bit confused about it. I'm seeing a lot of misinformation out there. People talking about, yeah, it was after the bell, should I let him go? No, he said the referee's discretion. The referee can decide to let you sit on your stool and recover for a minute, or he can stop the fight, or he can call the doctor. But you cannot be saved after the bell or be saved on the bell. It doesn't matter. The referee can still continue the count. So the referee did follow the rules. He did what he can do within his capacity, within his powers. He can do that. But was it the right decision from the referee? No, because we've seen the outrage. Me personally, I don't think that was the right decision from the referee. I think it's the wrong decision because now you've left everything in doubt. You've opened a can of worms. There's more questions being asked about the sport now, so it's not a good look. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. So there is some, like I said, man, is boxing corrupt? There's probably is corruption. There probably is. I spoke to a lot of people that have been in boxing for years. And they've told me, yeah, Enzo, there's probably is corruption. We see it. If you just go to a local show, we see it. But at the highest level, we're talking Usyk, the ages, these big-time promoters. Are they corrupt? Are they fixed in fights? Are the fights being rigged? Now, nobody really knows that because there's no concrete evidence. I can't come out here and tell you, yeah, they're corrupt and the fights are fixed because I don't have the evidence. But just judging by the eyes, looking, we can see, like, it's not like boxing fans are stupid. We can see, sometimes we're like, nah, that's a bit funny there. That don't make no goddamn sense, man. It just doesn't make no sense. But we just don't have the evidence of real corruption because no one has come forward with it, like with the evidence. There's been no whistleblower. If there has, maybe I don't know, but I haven't heard it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, my people. But what I can clearly say about boxing and its officiating, the referees, the judging, is just a lack of consistency. There's just no clarity on how these judges judge the fights, how they score the fights. These referees seem to do their own thing. Do you know what I mean? One referee lets the fights go longer than they should. Another referee stop the fight too early. Like, there's no consistency. That needs to be fixed and quickly. Because there's big money involved, there's betting involved, there's people's lives and careers on the line. I feel bad for Rico Verhoeven because he deserved the opportunity to hear the final bell. He deserved the opportunity to go out on his shield. And that was stolen from him by that referee who was very incompetent. And Oleksandr Usyk, there's doubts on his name right now. There's people questioning him. There's people saying, oh, he's done, he's washed, he got exposed. Because the referee stole his thunder. The referee stole Usyk's opportunity to actually get the glory the rightful way. And that was to come back out in the 12th round and knock out Rico Verhoeven. And I thought that, I really believed that Usyk was going to do that. You know, so it's the referees, man. They need to get the house in order. They really need to sit down, you know, have a conference and really look at the rules again. Look at how different ways and methods and what they're doing wrong and how they're officiating fights, man. And the judges as well. Otherwise, more fans are going to turn away from the sport. I'm just keeping it real, man. My people, let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Is boxing corrupt? Are fights being rigged? Are fights fixed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Like, I really want to know what you're thinking because I'm seeing the debate rumble online. Yes, I agree the stoppage was too premature. It was early. That was bad. Bad refereeing. Rico Verhoeven deserved the chance to hear the final bell. That I'm in agreement with. But the corruption bit, from what I've seen, I probably think boxing is corrupt at some levels, but let's not just say that it's only boxing that's corrupt. Other sports are corrupt too. You know what I mean? Wherever there's big money involved, there's corruption, man. You know what I mean? Come on, we know that. Yeah? But let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. I would really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.